The BYD Sealion 7 is almost ready. So the BYD Sealion 7 is due to be launched in Australia mid-February. Well, we're on the 8th of February when I'm recording this, so we're almost there. So we just need to take a look at what its pricing is likely to be, some of the stats that we know, and I think we're going to compare it to the Model Y, purely because the Model Y has been the best-selling car in the world. I think the Sealion 7 will kick its pants in, and it's the pricing that's going to catch a lot of people out. So the Sealion 7 has been seen here for 6 months, road testing and so on. And it's about to be released here in Australia. If you actually just go to the BYD site, there's not much there. There's the BYD Sealion 7, register interest, swooping fastback, and then another pretty picture. That competition's closed, and we go into some of the other things. So, yeah. However, there are some things that we do know about it. It's BYD, so guess what? It's got the BYD LFP blade battery, which is really good. I think, personally, I've got an LFP battery in my Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive. I think it's got to be the way to go. Anything that's got an NMC or ternary battery in it may have a few problems. Now, the couple of variants that we're going to get here both have around about an 82.5 kilowatt hour BYD LFP blade battery. Now, charging wise, the Tesla Model Y can charge base model at 170, others at 250 kilowatts. Yeah, I actually had 171 kilowatts registered in my Model Y once. The Sealion 7 will only charge up to 150 kilowatts on the correct DC charger. You won't get that if you plug it into WAV network 125 kilowatt charger, obviously. But it does come with an 11 kilowatt onboard AC charger, which is like my Model Y. So when I go and plug it in to say up at the shopping centre or whatever, I can get 11 kilowatts, which is really nice on AC. All the other BYDs are limited to 7 kilowatts. So, bravo BYD, I think you've done good. So it looks like we're going to get two variants of the Sealion 7. We're going to get the premium variant, and that's got a single motor and a dual motor performance variant. Now they're looking at prices starting under 60,000. That's still to be confirmed. The base model we're hoping will launch at a bit less than that. We look at the Tesla Model Y. You can currently buy the old version, not the updated version, of a 2024 Model Y rear-wheel drive for around 54,000 plus on roads. And you go to the all-wheel drive, long range, you're looking at around 71,000. So when you compare that to the Sealion 7, it's got to be priced better than that. The new Tesla Model Y is coming in with a few extras, and it's going to be $75,000-$80,000. Yeah, sure. So it's hoped that the pricing will start under 60,000. We shall wait and see. Maybe it'll take a week or so for that to happen. Now, while I've got you there, don't forget, can you click that like and subscribe button below? Thanks very much. Really does help, especially that subscribe button. Thank you. Now, the other good thing about BYDs is you've got vehicle to load. So you can get that adapter, stick a plug on there and get some power out. You're not going to get a lot. You get enough to boil a kettle or to run maybe a small induction stove, your vacuum cleaner and a few other bits and bobs. But you're not going to be able to power your house on it. But that's more than what a Tesla can do at the moment. I do believe that it's just a matter of flipping a software switch in the current version model-wise, and it will all be good. On the powertrain-wise, we've got the Sealion 7 Premium, which has got a 230 kilowatt rear mounted motor. 380 newton meters of torque and a 0 to 100 time of 6.7 seconds, which is on a par with the Tesla Model Y rear wheel drive. And the performance version comes with 390 kilowatts of power. It's got the 230 kilowatt rear motor and a 160 kilowatt front motor. So that will be able to accelerate 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. Not too shabby. But its top speed is also going to be 215 kilometers an hour. The BYD Seal is capped at 180, I think. So interesting. This SUV doing over 200 kilometers an hour. Not many places you can do that legally in Australia. Now, the performance variant will have a towing capacity of 1,500 kilograms or 1.5 metric tons. If you want to tow something, the standard range doesn't seem to be homologated for towing. But even so, that's on a par with the Tesla Model Y, although my rear-wheel drive can tow 1.5 tons. So all up, it's fairly close. I think the Sealion 7, as I said, it's got a few advantages. It's got the vehicle to load and so on. Now, it'll have the standard 15.6-inch infotainment screen, but the one that can rotate. Push a button on the steering wheel, push a button on the screen, and it turns vertical, portrait or landscape. Sorry. So that's something that the Tesla Model Y doesn't do. I've still got my doubts about it. Now, I do know, speaking to BYD owners, that they like it in portrait when they're navigating, and they like it in landscape for other uses. But, you know, each to their own, I suppose. Maybe if I went and bought one, I'd probably like it. I don't know. Now, you've got a panoramic glass roof. The seats look fairly comfortable, and the interior has got a bit more of a modern feel. I think the Atto 3 was a bit, bit more aimed at the younger generation, I think. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay will come with the Sealion 7. I know that's important to a lot of people. My Tesla Model Y doesn't have that. Apple CarPlay is going to be wireless. Android Auto at the moment is plug it in. But, you know, you've got those options. The sound system, 12 speakers. Don't know if it's going to have a subwoofer or not. Yeah, I would have thought so, wouldn't you? But 12 speakers, normally if you have a subwoofer, it's an odd one. But we'll see. So it's also packed with all the latest safety and security features. The premium variant, which is the rear wheel drive. I always have difficulty saying that. Doesn't have a heated steering wheel or heated rear seats. Oh dear. In Australia, I mean, the temperature today is mid-30s. That's close to 100 Fahrenheit for you people that are still using the old money. and it's going to be hotter tomorrow. So don't really need heated steering wheel. Now, when we get to winter, my Model Y has got auto settings for heated seat, heated steering wheel, and the heated steering wheel does come on occasionally on the cooler mornings when you're down to single digits. Look, it's nice, but my hands aren't freezing. So, yeah, no, the heated seats are quite nice if you're getting in from a cold thing. But yeah, I don't think it's something that's essential for Australia. We've got rather warm weather. So it's almost 5 meters in length, 4.83 meters, which is a lot longer than the Atto 3 and also the Model Y. So the boot space, it's got a bit of a swoopy sports back. Now it says it's got 300 litres less space. It comes down to 550 litres, which apparently is 300 litres less than the Tesla Model Y. Now, I've got a theory on that. BYD and a lot of Chinese brands measure the boot space up to the cargo cover, or where the cargo cover would be, top of seats. Tesla measures it from the top of the seats to the ceiling, or the roof of the car as well. So they add in that extra bit. So whether that would account for 300 litres or not, I'm not sure. But even so, 550 litres, if it's just to seat height to the back, that's pretty reasonable. It has a frunk. Yay! 58 litres. All right, it's a bit smaller than the Model Y. Mine's 117 litres. But still, it's got a frunk. And I use my frunk purely to carry my granny charger, my Type 2 cable, and a couple of other odd bits, like an extension cord if I needed it. So really, that's going to fit in a 58 litre frunk. Now, whilst you're down there clicking that like and subscribe button, have a look in the description section because I've got links to my Ko-fi page, if you could help out there, a Tesla referral, etc., etc. Thank you very much. So launch colours are going to be Atlantis Grey, Aurora White, Cosmos Black, and Shark Grey. Look, I think the Atlantis Grey and the Aurora White are not bad. The Cosmos Black, look, black cars don't appeal to me. I have had one or two in the past, and they get bloody hot. Look, I've just been on a long road trip. Yeah, in my Model Y standard range. It was about 700 k's there, 700 k's back, and I did a couple of hundred whilst I was there. And that was all in about 3 or 4 days. It was 43 degrees centigrade when I got there. Yeah, that's 110 in the shade. Even my blue colour metal got very, very hot. So I don't know about the white, whether that would be slightly cooler. I think when you hit 40 degrees, it's going to just be bloody hot anyway. So I think the key question here is, what's its price? Now, EV Direct, who are the BYD importers, have said that it will start under 60,000. So expect that for the base model single motor. The range, I think the performance has got a lower range, obviously, than the rear wheel drive. It's got 450 odd kilometers on the WLTP. Wait, less than predicted. Yeah. Which is around the same as my base model, Model Y, which is 455. So that's close, but that's the performance seal. The single motor seal Sealion 7 should have a lot longer range. We shall wait and see what the official figures are. So what do you think of the Sealion 7? Is it something that you're hoping to get? Make a comment below if you think that the Sealion 7 is for you, especially if it starts under 60. I expect the performance will be closer to 70. Yeah. 60, I reckon 59,000 and 69,000. That's my guess, and I've got no bloody idea. All right. So there you have it, BYD Sealion 7. I think it's going to be a top seller. EV Direct have said that they reckon it's going to be their #1 selling vehicle. And I tend to agree with them because a lot of people buy SUVs and so on. And I think that this is going to be the top seller. What do you think? So as soon as I get an idea on some prices, I'll be letting you know. So thank you very much for watching. Click that like and subscribe button below. Thank you so much. Really does help the channel. And I'll see you all very soon.